Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this final match in our League of Legends tournament. My name is Rubel.
And I'm Splendid Bobble, and we're going to have an awesome game. We've seen both these guys play today. They played great. We've seen some really interesting teams, some interesting champ picks, and this match should be just superb.
So ZanarkandApes is going to be the blue team, and Girls Today is going to be the purple. We're already in the ban stages of this game, and Syndra was the first fan, followed by Braum and then Lulu.
Yep, Lulu ban, not that surprising considering how powerful she's been this tournament and just how good she is generally out of mid. The Syndra ban, again, something we just haven't seen her perform, but she's been targeted pretty hard. So I'm just assuming that she's a comfort popular champ for these mids. Caston, he's also a power mid. So a lot of mid bans here. Lee Sin and Jax, we've been talking about them all day.
First pick goes to Thresh. So we're going real quick into these champion selects, and it looks like they're going to lock in Nidalee for their mid. So, Thresh, king of CC in terms of support. He just has a bajillion forms of CC and
great mobility,
control.
and decent damage built in too. But he hasn't been performing very well today.
No, I think he's lost nearly every game.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping track, but I think I'm with you that I just, I don't think he's worthy of a first pick anymore.
So
I think he's fine. I think he's very solid, but I think you need to be using his Dark Passage for mobility very well.
Yeah.
And I think you need to be able to not lose your bottom lane, and he has trouble doing that right now because there's a lot of people that can bully him, and there's a lot of people that can out-sustain him.
So Elise Nidalee were the lock-ins there. I assume that's Nidalee mid with Elise in the jungle, but we'll see.
Could be an Elise top.
It could be.
It'd be a little bit weird, but it's still certainly possible. I don't think picking Elise top blind is something you would do, but it's certainly, you can pick her as a flex pick, because she's not awful top. She has some bad matchups, but she has some matchups that she just obliterates. Basically any melee champ.
And it looks like we are going to see that Lucian pick for the AD carry for this blue team, ZanarkandApes, and he's strong.
Yeah, he's strong. He's safe all around. If you want to delay picks, you want to see what they're picking, grab your, grab a Lucian. He's not really going to lose a lane. Twitch is the only guy that can really definitely beat him, and you can still play around that.
And J4 looks like he is going to be the jungler. He could be top still, but I'm guessing that's going to be their jungler.
Yeah, he's best out of the jungle for that early presence.
Yeah, we saw him being played very strongly by the opposing team. I'm derping on the name. The Girls Today. They played a very strong jungle Jarvan there, fighting out Comfy 2014 in the semifinals. So
yeah, and I'm happy seeing Jarvan come back. I haven't seen too much of him at the highest level of play, and I think some of that's his ultimate is not bad CC. It's great CC when it's great, but it doesn't do anything against a Vayne tumbling out of it, or a a Caitlyn netting out of it. It's literally just nothing. It's just a crappy damage ult. So it's when it's great, it's great. When it's bad, it's bad. But he's I loved Jarvan when he first came out. He's kind of been all over the place, and it's nice to see a bit of him back.
And it looks like we got the Morgana Graves for the bottom lane here for the Girls Today. So Morgana, very expected there. We have the Thresh pick, and Morgana's kind of the counter.
Yeah, she's basically the hard counter into the Thresh. He can't really do anything into a black shield besides walk at you and auto attack you.
And Graves, he's really good at responding when Morgana lands those binds, because all he just has to do is quick draw into the buckshot, and he can do some serious burst damage. So.
Yep, and his disruption is actually very good too.
Yeah.
Because Lucian's short enough range that he can really get messed up by that smoke bomb.
Yeah.
I don't like Graves. I think I've never seen him perform particularly amazingly. I think his short range is just not made up for by his abilities.
He has some serious tankiness. A lot of people underestimate it sometimes, and he can do some serious burst as well if you time.
Oh, certainly. His burst is great. His damage is great, but his I just feel range is so important on your AD carries, and his mobility's good, but not amazing, because his attack speed steroid is tied to his dash.
Yeah.
So he's kind of damage capped on he's I want to dash to get my steroid, but I need to save my dash to not get J4 ulted.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's really rough for him.
And it looks like Rengar is going to be in the top.
We are going to get to see a Rengo.
and Rango.
Rango, yeah. Yeah, Rango Annie.
And then Annie for mid, most likely up against that Nidalee. So.
Yeah, and Annie does pretty well against Nidalee. She can bully her early, and if she hits 6 before Nidalee, she can probably just all-in her.
Yep.
She brings good CC, good burst. She kind of needs to win her lane, otherwise if she's behind, she has no escapes. She just has that armor and magic resistora.
And
Shyvana is not
top,
surprising here.
Most likely versus that Rengar. So that's what I expect. They're moving around just a little bit, but it looks like what the lane matchups are going to be. And Elise will be in the jungle. So definitely Girls Today is going for a catch comp. Like they got poke and catch. That's what they are right now. They got Nidalee, Morgana, Elise. All of them are keys at poke and catch. Yep. And Graves, he's your burst. So they do have some hard engage too. Morgana has a little bit of hard engage with her soul shackles, but it's all going to rely on Shyvana to do those initiates for the most part.
I don't think they're really going to hard initiate. This is a siege comp if I've ever seen it. They're gonna group up as 5. They're gonna poke you out of lane, and they're gonna take your tower, and they're gonna walk away. And if you try and hard engage on them, Morg's gonna push R.
Yeah.
Morg's gonna push R. Everyone else is gonna walk away and start doing damage, and you have to deal with that. Elise will stay in, of course, but she's very tanky and very mobile. So and if only one person comes in, binds are so good under tower as well.
Yes, they are.
While blue team is all about the catches.
Yep,
Thresh,
all about
Rango,
the catches.
Annie.
They do have a combo.
Yeah, they have a lot of good AoE.
Annie. And Rengar, he does have some pretty actually solid AoE with his W.
It's not bad. It got nerfed significantly, so it's way worse. He's really about murdering someone. But he can kind of stay in there and be somewhat mobile, especially if you're fighting in bushes. One of my favorite videos is like a 20% Rengar killing a full health Kayle through her ult.
Yeah.
Just by fighting in the top bushes, and he just jumps on her, auto attacks, walks into the next bush. She tries to follow him. He auto attacks, jumps into the next. Just jumps. Jumps on top of her, moves into the next bush, and she doesn't have a ward. If she had a ward, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it was just it was crazy. But if you're fighting him in bushes, it's a problem. It's really hilarious because he's pretty bad when he's not in a bush.
Yeah.
He's basically like, my ult is my only dash. I hope it's enough. I mean, it's real good. Stealthing on an enemy is very powerful. So we got a couple minutes on the stream delay until we get into this game for you guys. But summoner spells, we have Ghost Flash on Lucian.
Yep.
That is pretty crazy. We have the heal on Thresh. So they don't have any offensive summoner spells. And instead of having an exhaust to win fights, they have Ghost, which gives Lucian more escape potential, but I'm not sure he really wants that. But it really gives him more chase potential.
Yeah, a lot more chase.
If they get ahead, that Ghost is going to be super powerful because he's going to just be able to run you down because he'll use that Ghost to get in range, and then he'll get that flat movement speed boost.
And then he gets relentless assault as well.
Yeah, and with the dash, it's just super powerful. More common, standard summoner spell out of Exhaust on Morgana. That's not that surprising. You need Exhaust for Rango. You can actually Exhaust Annie and really wreck her. If you get her as she tries to full combo. Exhausting J4 isn't bad.
We have Barrier on Nidalee, going back to the relic days of early season 4.
Yep.
So.
And it makes sense. The biggest thing that it gives you is it has a 1 minute shorter cooldown than heal.
Yeah.
So you can often use it twice when getting ganked mid lane. And I think she's expecting getting ganked mid lane a lot by J4. Precincts.
Well, Annie loves for people to gank for her because she's got a solid stun, and J4 with that armor shard that he has, he likes it when people can lock him down for him. So
I think she's really all in on that barrier, partially because she knows she's going to get ignited by Annie, and partially because as opposed to a heal, so the ignite's going to chop that in half, but also that extra cooldown, so she'll get to use it once more mid to try and survive a gank, and that's often all she needs. So our delay is going to be down in just 10 seconds. So this should be a pretty good game. We have some interesting stuff. We'll see how Graves pans out. I really don't like him on this team. I would much prefer Caitlyn. Just that range. Because the problem is he has to get so close to attack towers. And he's the best person to attack towers. So unless you've sieged the enemy entirely off the tower, which is certainly possible with this team.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Graves sieging towers. But I just don't want to be Graves any other time. I just don't think he does what you want out of an ADC.
I just know that I don't play him nearly as well as anyone I've ever seen play in a professional because they do crazy tricks, and I'm just like, where's the damage?
I mean, like I've seen the Koreans play him very, very well.
Yeah.
But really, like whenever I've seen him played by truthfully anyone else, he hasn't performed that well. And he, you know, like even when the Koreans were playing them, it was like, would this guy be better than, you know, someone else? And maybe, because there's not a lot of people with good offensive dashes like he has.
Yeah.
Lucian and him kind of tryst, but she's not really a real AD carry right now.
No.
But yeah, he's like really the one, like has one of the best offensive dashes. So, and that might just be what they're going for. Just that offensive dash follow up on a Morgana hit. Especially because, you know, there's no heals bottom. Or no, like, sustain, like Soraka or...
Oh, they definitely have
heal.
some combos with the Morgana in Italy. Like, there is...
Yeah, you hit a bind and it guarantees a spear.
Yeah, and if they're standing in a puddle, it's going to be big damage. I mean,
Yep.
It's just big damage.
Yeah, it's real rough. So, I mean, no, in like, same thing, stun leads into a bind. Like, if you get stunned by Elise, you're dead.
Yep.
You know, late game.
Yep.
Once they hit 11 and that Elise stun is 2 seconds, you're dead.
Yep.
Because you're there for 5 seconds and Italy put 2 spears into you.
Yep.
Nobody survives that.
Italy will spear the crap out of you, and even if it is one of the tankier people, you always have Graves, because Graves, sure, he likes to burn his ultimate in the actual team fights, but he really just wants to blow up a big target.
Yep.
Like,
the other interesting thing, actually, is that Ignite on Shyvana.
Ignite on Shyvana?
Yeah, Shyvana has Ignite. Usually she takes Teleport, but I think she's going to really try and win this lane.
So, yep, we will have this game underway. This is the championship match. Keep in mind, the winners of this will be getting that 3,200 RP prize with that Triumph Rise skin, and the losers, sad face, will go home with a sad 2,400 RP.
It's not that sad.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Everyone's really the winner here, but there can be only one.
There can be only one, even though you're all winners in my book for watching this stream.
Oh,
Aww, tender moment.
Yep.
True.
In any case, we have a nice invade going on here. Blue's rotating up top, but Shiv sees it.
Yep.
Purple just drops a ward, doesn't walk on top of the blue side's ward that they most likely know is there. There's
Jarvan
always
almost gets caught out a little bit, but looks like Elise decided to go with that W there for scouting purposes. So,
yeah, you can't, like, it's really rough on Elise if she starts stun.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it's awful for her jungle.
Yep.
Just real bad. She doesn't want to do it. So, you know, you're unlikely to see that. She's actually going to go back. Maybe she just doesn't want to be... She's going to be full mana by the time the jungle starts, though. I don't know what's going on here. She forget a trinket? She forgot her trinket.
Ooh.
That's what was going on here. Good job, Elise. Well, she caught it in time.
Yep. Missed out a little bit, but not too much. She should be there in time.
Actually, no, she didn't forget her trinket. She put down a ward trinket, she sold her trinket, and bought the sweeper.
Oh.
She put down her ward at 30 seconds, and then bought a sweeper.
Huh.
Looks like J4 did the same thing.
Weird.
I mean, I
understand.
I haven't been seeing it happen at the high level. I know you sell your ward trinket pretty early, but she's yeah, that's pretty impressive. You know, we'll see how well those sweepers work out for them. But it looks like they both did that because they're both on the 2-minute cooldown.
Yep.
Which means they'll be up by the time you actually want to use it.
So it looks like both of the jungles are starting on the bottom side, like the usual, and we will be seeing those 3.5-minute ganks or so up at the top lane.
Yep.
So, meanwhile, on bottom lane, looks like a little bit of action is going down. Nice flay there, actually, from Thresh, pulling the Graves in to take a little bit of damage. And meanwhile, top lane, we're trading some pretty significant damage here this early.
It looks like J4 isn't actually going to gank top, or he has a different route. Because he went straight to blue. He didn't do like a wolf or rave camp. Oh, he's gonna smite Big White. He went straight to blue and then is now gonna smite Big White. So he's gonna hit 3 off that, which is generally gonna be faster than
yeah.
He does done with red, but he's coming up. He's gonna come up through lane.
And it looks like
It's a very
he's
interesting
gonna do a
route.
lane gank, and Elise looks like she's gonna try and plan on ganking mid. So we'll see how this goes. Shyvana, it does place a ward deep in here, so he can actually sneak into the bush.
Maybe. I don't know if she'll see him going into that bush or not. I don't think she did.
I don't think she did either. I think that's trouble.
Yeah, 10 seconds. She's going to be a world of hurt.
And anyway, meanwhile at mid, Elise looks like she's waiting for that as well.
Yeah, she's waiting for Annie to stun that Nidalee. Oh, Elise is going.
And there she goes with the repel.
Yeah.
Big stun goes down though, gets both of them, and it looks like she is going to be able to get out just fine.
Just walks away.
Bottom lane, Morgana dropping some nice binds, and there's a hook there, and he gets forced to quick draw out. So, top lane, here comes the gank, and there goes the first blood, it looks like, with an auto attack for Rengar, plus that ignite.
Yep, lots of summoners burnt. You know, Shiv still has her ignite.
Yep.
So I don't think it would have killed Rengar there.
No.
He healed a lot off a potion during that fight.
Yeah.
So that's super relevant. But I don't think it would have killed him. So yeah, probably good saving her ignite. Now she can possibly win in this lane. Although she started Doran's shield. Or did she? Did she start Cloth 5? I think she started Doran's shield.
I think she started Doran's shield.
Yeah. So I think she started Doran's shield. Like that item's fine, but I think that item's just a little bit too weak to be starting right now.
Rengar goes back and buys triple Doran's. Woo woo.
Yep, that is how you play Rengar. You buy like 4 Doran's blades up top, and you just like can't lose the lane.
Yep. So
get more kills, stack up your necklace.
Calm down. Calm down pretty good.
Yeah, pretty calm. Junglers had to go back, heal up, get their demo items. J4 actually hasn't.
Nope, he hasn't gone back. He's still just farming, and he's farming very slowly.
Yep, because that's what J4 does. J4 needs to be in lanes.
And one note that we didn't really point out is Lucian decided to start with Longsword rather than the Doran's Blade. So his sustain is a little bit worse than this Graves.
Now that he's out of potions, it is. Yeah. You start with more potions. It takes a lot of auto attacks for that, you know, it's like,
But there's also the health, too.
Yeah, there's 80 health, but he's in trouble.
Jarvan is in a little bit of trouble here. Lead manages to Q, get closer, but Annie looks like she is going to lock him down.
She's still going for this. This is a little dangerous.
She's taking some big damage from these incinerates.
Oh, the stun hit
and gets the kill. And Nidalee is now coming, hits the spear, and that might be enough damage for Nidalee to land one more spear, pick up this kill, but it's going to be clutch.
Whether the spear hits or not. It does not.
It does not. So that is very sad, but that's okay. Kills and assists for everyone.
Oh, good fight. Good fight. You know, Elise definitely followed it up. That stun, you know, stun hit was impressive.
Nidalee actually didn't get an assist for J4. Now that I think about it.
No, she does. That's a little bit rough. Are they going to go hard on this? No, they're not. He's just shielding the Lucian. So, yep, just some trading going on bottom. Looks like Morgana Graves is getting the better end of this deal, which isn't that surprising.
Top lane, they're still just trading a little bit, but it's pretty quiet right now, and they're both extremely even. Shyvana is slightly ahead, but I think it's pretty negligible.
Yeah. Well, and it's pretty impressive that Shyvana is able to trade with this Rengar so well, considering he went triple Dorans.
Yeah.
If he can't win this lane with triple Dorans after getting a kill, he's in a world of trouble. Because let me tell you about scaling. Shyvana doesn't. Rango kind of scales. But, yeah, not good.
So Graves doing some nice buckshots here, managing to do a lot of damage here to this Lucian, and it might be enough to actually force him out of the lane.
Elise is coming down the river though, but it's not. She's not. I don't know what she's going to do down the river here.
Nice hook there on Graves. Graves might actually be forced pretty far back here. Jarvan and Annie are rotating down towards the bottom.
There's a big.
Here's an ambush game that's going to happen.
Jarvan doesn't walk in.
There's the stun. There's the bind. Big damage. He does manage to dash away still. But Elise looked like she wanted to go for it, but then she realized, oh, Annie's MIA. Back away. So
yeah, they hit the stun on the root, but unfortunately he did just able to slide away there.
And it looks like we missed a level 6 where they both burned their ultimate up at top lane, but nobody really killed anyone. So
yeah.
Meanwhile, bottom, Graves still just pushing out, and it looks like Lucian decided to finally head back and probably buying that Vamp Scepter and a...
No, he's just going to buy a BF.
Yeah. Looks like Shyvana's actually going to push Rengar out of lane here. He's got some nice healing, it looks like. Maybe.
Yeah, he's eating a pot. But he's pretty much out.
Yeah, but he's got triple Dorans. That's all the life steal you need. Well,
15 health a hit, that's not bad. But, yeah, so...
Bottom lane, everybody's headed back there for purple, and it looks like it's going to be a BF sword as well, along with tier 1 boots. Nope, longsword.
Nope, longsword.
So he will have a little bit more trading potential. Nidalee, she is 6 now, so she's trying to bully this Annie with her claws, you know, like Nidalee does. when she turns
Yep.
6.
She's level 7 with that blue buff. This lane's going to start getting rough. Annie basically can't get hit by a spear at this point, or she won't be able to trade.
Yep. Top lane.
Farm. Annie's still ahead in farm, so that's good. But now that Italy's 6, it's going to be much harder.
It looks like Elise is rotating down towards this mid. It looks like she's trying to go for some. Never mind. She's just dropped a little ward.
Yep. J4 is going to come through the lane. Looks like again. We'll see how well that works. I don't think it's going to do very much. It's a Shyvana. Her dragon form isn't up. He needs to. If they go now, if her flash isn't up, no, it's on the tower. She's in trouble. Or she's not in trouble. She should be fine. They'd have to dive this,
She's got like
or she would have to go too aggressive on it.
Elise is also very close to there, so we're
Yep.
probably going to
Thresh
see a
is
big
big. Thresh is
impact.
any stun into Thresh. However,
But
use
Miss May, he gets a mid. So womp. Anyway, top lane, Shyvana dragon forms in and actually is going to get wrecked by the Starman.
Yep.
And Rengar gets the kill, even though she did drop that ignite, and that's unfortunate for Shyvana. She's getting shut down pretty hard here at top lane.
J4 shows top though, and nope. Elise is top, so they're not going to get this dragon. They've been pushing pretty hard, so they actually could have put some jungle pressure on there. Really unfortunate about that Thresh hook.
Yeah.
You know, he just like walks in like it was just guaranteed if he either flashed over the minions or just like waited a little bit longer. But yeah, like I think Annie had to make the play right there. Yeah, if she didn't make the play, Natalie was going to get out of range of the flash ult. So
Right now, the gold differential is on the mid and top, but Graves is actually pretty substantially far ahead of Lucian in terms of farm, so that's why it's still fairly even. So we'll see how it turns out. Graves here might have to do some big plays here towards the later game, since both his top and
Morg
mid
misses the
are
bind,
being shut
so Rengar is coming in through the bottom.
Oh, there's the Flay.
Yeah,
Black
Flay
Shield
hit.
really good.
Black
Rengar
Shield,
jumps in. Looks like she's gonna be able to get out. Nice culling. Graves does a nice block, but
last
one
culling.
gets through.
Wow.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, last hit of that culling was very impressive. I thought she was out of range too. I thought she was fine, but Elise coming in
And takes some big damage here. Nidalee comes in from the back. She's probably going to get some executes here. We'll see. She gets hooked up pretty badly, and here comes Annie as well. Well, I still think she has her flash down, so she can't do. No, it is back up.
Yep.
So
She didn't flash. She just tipped Nidalee. Then that's what happened.
Yeah.
So, however, they're all low. They need to not get Nidalee speared. So impressive. Elise took a lot of damage, but got in there and just kind of like everyone ran into each other, did a lot of damage, and walked out.
Yep.
But Annie does have that flash. She doesn't have Tibbers. She does have Tibbers back up too. So she is a menace. She can hopefully murder someone, because otherwise it's kind of crappy being Annie.
Yep. And Rengar now has that brutalizer, so he's going to have some pretty substantial damage. But Shyvana did decide to go with that cloth armor a while back, so she does have some of the mitigation.
Yep. Graves was waiting in a bush, but he had no mana. That wasn't going to do anything. Lucian's certainly going to take these golems, go back. I don't think he has Bloodthirster, but he might, just because my math is off because he started Longsword. He's rotating mid. He almost certainly, he just doesn't have the money for it. Otherwise, he would have gone back by now. He's way too low to be in lane.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Now
he's got it.
Yep.
Yeah, he just needed like
So
30.
there is
He was
that
like 30 gold
Bloodthirster.
off. It must have just been like really small.
Yep. Other than that, nothing too exciting. Nidalee, she does have that
Nidalee's-
Chalice of Harmony, so she can chuck spears all day.
Yeah, Nidalee's still a little bit behind Annie, which is good. If Annie fell behind in creep, that would be very bad for her.
Yep.
Graves, his lead has shrunk a little bit, but he still has a lead. Very even on top, and Shiv's way up, even in the jungle. But that's not surprising because J4 is in games twice.
And we're going to start seeing a little bit of a power differential at bottom lane, just because that Bloodthirster is complete for Lucian while it's not complete for the Graves. So it's going to be pretty substantial now. So if Thresh can land some big hooks, we're going to see some big damage coming out. And Shyvana once again going for the dragon form here on Rengar. He drops the ignite on her, doing quite a bit of damage. Going to be enough to force her back. She flashes out and dodges the root there. And let's see if he decides to go for the double Q. Actually,
she still had her
he takes the
ignite
power
baited.
hit.
Oh, wow.
Baited.
I thought I saw her ignite go down, but it didn't.
No.
She still had her ignite. He takes that tower hit. Just gets murdered immediately. Great stuff.
Yep, nice little bait. Just in a range, just enough for that tower. So, beautifully done. And meanwhile, at bottom lane, Culling goes down from Lucian. He wants to make sure that this 3-man push is not very successful.
Yep, and at least tried to block with her spiders and did an okay job, but they melt pretty quick under the Culling as well. Yeah. So, it did the job, but it's not going to be up to
Oh my god, massive bind there. Jarvan comes in from the back. He's able to do a little bit here, but it looks like he's only going to pick up Graves. And Lucian got forced way back, and now Jarvan's doing some damage. Morgana is out of mana, and actually Lucian picks up the Elise as well. So, trading kills all over the place, and blue team is actually only 200 gold up, even though there is starting to get a pretty substantial gold differential between some of these champions.
Yeah, it's up 2 for 2. Thresh might have gotten in a little bit early, but they might have gotten out if he didn't. So, it's a little bit iffy.
Actually, it evened up. Oh my gosh, Nidalee lands a big spear on Annie, and that's going to be enough to force her out.
Nope.
So, anyway, contrary to what I said just a few seconds ago, the gold has actually evened up across the board. It was starting to get a little bit more, unbalanced, and now all of a sudden it's evened up. So.
Yep. Lucian, everyone, gold is almost exactly even. Wow, Thresh pulls Nidalee into the tower, gives her a tower hit in there too. That's a great poke.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nidalee, she is anti-anti.
Yep. She is going to trade with this Rengar. I don't know how well this is going to work.
It does enough. She's got that red buff.
She has her ultimate. Oh, that red buff. That's what's doing it.
Yep.
Rengar was forced to ultimate. That's really rough.
So, purple team gets the dragon. That's going to give them the first real advantage that they've had all the game.
Yeah, and I don't think they had vision on Jarvan either, which is kind of impressive. They just, went for it and had it. They had 2 pinks. That's fine. Yeah. So they had, with 2 pinks, they knew they had it cleared. Before it shows up top, but Shiv's still full health, still has her ultimate.
Nidalee needs to be a little bit careful because she is at 2/3, and Annie's got a bear still up her sleeve. And she just went back and got that needlessly large rod. So.
I believe they know Annie's Ignite is down, so I don't think Nidalee's too scared. You're not going to be able to kill Nidalee through her heal without that Ignite.
True.
So, at least not yet. If she built DFG, which it looks like she's actually building, then she might be able to pull it off.
Yeah. I would expect a DFG here, just because she has the components for it.
Yeah, she has the pieces for it. It's pretty good on Annie. We're going to see Lucian needs to dodge this. Dark Passage out. That mobility that Thresh really needs to give.
Yep. And meanwhile, top, they're still just trading it, and Shyvana still has that red buff, so she's able to trade a lot of damage right now.
Yep.
Especially since...
Well, she has that Sunfire Cape too. So, it's really hard for Rengar to just sit on her and trade, and that's really what he has to do, because his poke is pretty mediocre. The slow is fine, but...
Yeah, it's calmed down quite a bit here. It's we're about 60 minutes in. It's 6-4. Goal advantage is just over 1.5K in purple team's favor, so nothing too crazy going on.
Basically the dragon.
Bottom lane, Morgana gets caught a little bit in range of turns. So we got a 4-man push here at this bottom lane, and it looks like Nidalee's going to chuck spears, try and catch people out of position with those spears.
Yeah, and, he's going to call the wave. Only gets half of it because Elise took some.
And it looks like they're actually going to back away. It's going to turn into a 4v4. Shyvana's tower diving up at top lane, but it looks like that X-Drinker might be enough, and he's trying to bait it as hard as he can.
He's trying to bait it with that the heal off of his maxed W, but it wasn't enough. Still didn't have enough damage to burn her down.
Unfortunate.
Yep. Both burn their ignites.
And meanwhile, at bottom lane...
She pushes him out of lane, which is pretty much all she wants out of it.
Meanwhile, at bottom lane, Annie goes in, gets the Dark Passage into a Flash Bear, so big damage goes down on that Graves.
Yay, Timbers! Wow, yeah, that, again, that Thresh mobility, you really have to be maximizing that mobility. Yeah. And purple team, meanwhile, is proxying top and killing mid. So, while blue got to kill bottom, they're taking their mid turret, inner turret's actually taking a tremendous amount of damage here.
But then again, they're also going to start sieging that bottom turret with only Morgana for the support, and Morgana without any AP does not have very much range there. She has a little bit.
Yeah, it's really hard because you push it over her puddle and then it doesn't do anything. However, they're a little bit low on mana. They're getting converged on, so it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, they're going to back away.
Shiv's low. She can't push top. She has to back up. So yeah, I think we're going to calm down for a bit. We got a little bit of time on Dragon. We have everyone kind of needs to go buy, heal.
Yep. purple team still has about a 2k gold advantage, so it's a little bit larger now, but not too crazy still. And that's mainly because they traded a turret for 2. And they did give up a kill as well, because Graves got wrecked. You could almost say he got Miley Cyrus by that Tibbers.
No.
Why not? It's a good one.
No.
Okay. Anyway, moving along.
Yo, bear hug! She
Not
doesn't
quite
bullet
as
burn her TFG again.
Yeah, she forgot the first time, too.
Yeah.
I even know the first time it wasn't necessary, but...
Yeah, she didn't need it for the first time, so it's fine to keep it up, but she probably should have just in case he managed to flash in there. But yeah, like, not doing it there, like, it's a lot of damage. Especially if she's just kind of walking up and doing it.
Yeah.
You know, at the very least, she can, like, maybe just pull a flash out of Nidalee or a barrier. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't blame her. Truthfully, I'm not that great. And on my active items, I mix my DFG gold. So,
Athene's Unholy Grail plus Sword Boots are done along with a needlessly large rod for that Nidalee, which means she's going to start chunking people very hard.
yeah. She is well on her way to that core Nidalee thing. Once she gets that Void Staff after that that hat,
Yeah.
she is going to be a terror. Moore gets caught by a death sentence,
Takes
but
some big damage, but a Nidalee heal gets her back up to at least 2/3.
Nidalee heal plus Black Shield. She just walks out pretty fine, actually.
And we're going to see a true blue 5v4 engage here. Looks like at mid probably here, coming very soon. Dragon's up in a minute. Shyvana's still pushing up at that top lane.
I don't like blue team being in here at all. Oh, they got the flash out of it, even though the knockup didn't hit. But I don't like blue team being in here. I don't think their siege is good enough, especially considering Shiv is pushing top.
Morgana lands a nice bind, but unfortunately the hook goes down on Elise. She does manage to repel it and flash out into a heal. The culling goes down. There goes the Cataclysm from Jarvan. He is forced to flash out. Graves forces him back with that buckshot, and it looks like Morgana's going to be the first casualty of this 5v4. And Shyvana is still just pushing up at that top lane. Graves doing tremendous amounts of AoE damage with these buckshots, and Nidalee's just poking away. And that's probably going to be enough to nullify this. And meanwhile, Shyvana is now knocking on the tier 3 turret at the top
and
lane.
Nidalee's going to make it difficult for these people to recall.
Yeah,
she doesn't chase them up mid, so they will actually get to either converge or recall. But yeah, they all went very low. Lucian canceled the culling so that the J4 ult didn't actually kill Elise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she would have been stuck in it, or it would have kept hitting, I believe it was Morgana.
Oh, Shyvana, are you going to be able to
she knows she's dead.
The Dragon Form, and almost does enough damage there.
They had to use Ignite, and she traded Ignite with Rango. I'm not sure it was worth it for her. Igniting, you know, like, I'm not sure either of them needed to use Ignite, but it was worth it. Rango went very low.
She cracked the base,
Dragon?
so.
Yeah, no, I mean, the push was worth it.
Yeah.
Taking the tower was worth it. It was just simply on that Ignite. But it was, you know, it wasn't bad. She saved her Flash, too. Ignite's on low cooldown. Much lower than Flash. So yeah,
Shyvana now has that Blade of the Rune King as well. So her damage just went up dramatically, along with the Michael's Crucible on Morgana, which is going to provide that CC reduction that's pretty substantial. So, and from that, major buys, Ma Malmortius just got finished on the Rengar, which means...
Wow.
First item build. I'm not sure if I agree with it.
Yeah, Brutalizer into Maw. I think he's getting killed by magic damage. There's a lot, at least Morgana in Italy.
Yeah.
So that's not awful. If he's getting low like he's going to be, it gives him a ton of damage.
I think it would be better for him to get to Scimitar, but I don't know.
No. The Scimitar isn't good. You don't build work on it. No, he scales too much with AD. You just
no,
you
not
want
the
AD in a
Scimitar.
rocket.
No, the Scimitar, not Bilgewater Cutlass. The Scimitar.
The Scimitar.
Builds off of QSS.
Yeah, I don't think he was. There
I
isn't
don't know.
anything to QSS, really. Morgvine?
Morgvine, at least
Stun, sure. He needs damage. Like, he just doesn't do anything unless he just has a ton of AD.
Yeah, it's just...
all his abilities are just like
those,
dumb point-and-click damage, physical damage abilities. So,
I was thinking as like a first item instead of Maw, because it's a fine item.
It's a lot of hit points, actually, but I just... Like, the item's like fine, but I feel like he just needs more armor pen. Like, he'd be better off with Cleaver or Last Whisper.
Yeah,
or just or like what is that? Hydra skill. Oh, is this a dead Philly?
Gosh, Philly gets caught a little bit out, but a nice stun and big damage comes down from Graves. He actually forces Ringo way back. Brandon gets popped, and now Who is that?
This Morgana stuff is
Fresh
going to be
gets caught.
massive.
Oh my god, the Annie comes in with a massive burnout, stuns everyone. But Shyvana comes in and cleans up just in time with that Dragon Form. So beautifully played by both teams there, but unfortunately, the Annie stun was a little too late.
She showed up way late, and Girls G-Day is just... No one died there. They got 3 kills and pushed everyone back, so they're going to get this inner turret, no problem. I don't think they're going to have the health to get the inhibitor turret.
I think they're just going to take the red buff and go.
Yep, take the red buff. Dragon won't be up, so they don't have to worry about that. They should go heal. They are a little bit worried about this Baron Rush. They actually don't have great wards for it. They have a ward through the back, but that's it. So they'll know if the Baron Rush happens, and that's probably all they need.
Yeah,
but they do need to go back quickly, because otherwise, no, the Baron Rush isn't going to happen. Lucian really likes farming those golems.
No.
There's been multiple times when there's a pile in his lane, and he's just farming those golems, and it's like, you're hurting your jungler a bit, but more importantly, your bottom, and not pushing lanes to put objective pressure on there, and that's just really costly, especially at this point in the game.
So, another major item that was finished is we do have that Last Whisper as a second item there on Graves, so he has massive amount of armor pen now, which means those small amount of armor items that they do have aren't going to be very effective. Yeah. And there's not much, but there is a little bit. We do have a Ninja Tabby, and Aegis, not only Aegis of Legion, but the Locket does have a little bit. No, that's right, they removed it.
Yep, they got rid of it. But yeah, more importantly, Furor boots.
Yep.
Pretty crazy. Gives him kiting potential and more mobility, and he needs it because his range sucks.
Yes. It's true.
Yeah, but buying those upgraded boots right away is, it's a pretty big investment, especially when an AD really needs 3 items to scale well. But they're ahead. He doesn't need to be doing a lot of damage, just because they're kind of squishy. They don't have tons of tanks. Yeah. J4, he just has Ninja Tabi and Locket, and Locket's great, but it's mostly anti-magic damage. And Rango has just Maw as his tanky item, as well as some Doran Blades. And so there's just no tankiness on the enemy team, really.
It's not a tanky item.
There's no tank stats on that, so... Unless you count move speed as a tank stat. Not really.
Attack speed's a tank stat if you have enough lifesteal.
Oh, drain tanks. But yes, so that bine's gonna hit on Lucian, but they're not gonna follow it up.
Big
spear, the spear, of course. They're gonna chuck him down to 20%.
And
but
so instead, they force Lucian back, and now they're just gonna go for the inhib.
Yeah. And they don't have any pressure. They're wrapping around behind them, so they're gonna get the inhib, but I think they're gonna die for this. Because Rango and J4 is behind them.
I think they're gonna get on J4. Graves gets caught a little bit out, but big AoE damage, and then you're gonna pick up both of these, and then they're gonna run. Shyvana did a great job of actually keeping these people at bay, and it looks like she still wants to go for some more. Click the lantern, but she get Blade back or something? Holy crap! They might push for the win here.
Yeah, this is game. Do they have creeps? They have Tibbers.
And they got.
Oh no, Tibbers is on the wrong side. Stupid Spiderlings taking the tower turrets. It's awful.
Yeah.
It only does it when the tower's not already. I think we fixed that, but yeah.
Yeah. It's only after the
that's it. It used to randomly swap to.
And wow, commanding win here.
Yeah, Girls G-Day.
Girls G-Day. Very commanding win. Just took a small advantage and just blew it out of the wall.
Yeah, ZanarkandApes. They that last fight they didn't converge.
Yep.
They tried to blow up Nidalee with Rengar, and it didn't work. And no I told you so's or anything like that, but that's just kind of Rengar not being people ban him, people are scared of him, but he just doesn't do enough. He just has a bunch of kind of dumb push buttons, and he needs a lot of time stealthing around murdering people. I think he might be better out of the jungle. In any case, Graves was great for that team. It's exactly what they wanted, but really the all-stars were Shyvana and Nidalee. Elise played very well too, but Nidalee just put tons of pain into them, pressured them, allowed them to siege and split push very well, just not let them get out with any health. So, excellent game. Well played by both teams. Congratulations to Girls G-Day for taking down our tournament and winning that 3,200 RP and that triumphant Rise skin. Looked great. Definitely earned it.
So yeah, we're going to take a quick break, and after the break, we're going to have a little quick interview, it looks like, with Girls G-Day, the champions of this tournament. So, we'll see you guys on the other side.